Hi everybody, happy Saturday. Getting ready to go into May here. I wanted to start, I got a text from a friend of mine yesterday, and I hadn't had any news on because I've been watching some stuff on YouTube and doing some meditating, and I get a text message from a friend of mine in Kansas. Very old and dear friend, and we still text each other all the time. The text message was, "I'm sorry his ugliness has hit close to your home." Now, that's all it was on there. "I'm sorry his ugliness has hit so close to your home." And I looked at that and immediately called her back because I knew that it was something to do with somebody being prejudiced. By the way, I live in Poway, California. But I hadn't heard any news or seen any because I was elsewhere not watching the news that day. And how bad does a president have to be for somebody to get a message like that, not even using his name, and immediately you know somebody's been struck down dead in your neighborhood because of all the garbage and prejudice and all the crap coming out of his mouth, backing all the people in the Ku Klux Klan. And so if anybody would have ever asked me my whole life if I could get a message like that and I'd automatically know that somebody had been killed in my neighborhood because of all the garbage coming out of our president's mouth, I would not have believed it. I would not have believed it, not in my lifetime at that time. So anyway, I just put that out there to show you how screwed up this nation is at this time. I know you all know if you're watching this, but that's really effed up when you don't even have to mention somebody's name and you know that his mouth has gotten somebody killed. I guess I shouldn't be going on about that. I should just be sending angels to surround the families and all the people that got shot. Thank God only one died. Heard some horrible details though from the people that were in there, but I don't want to go into those. Anyway, and the whole little place that I live here, everybody watches Fox News, so they're busy. I haven't talked to any of them about anything. I never talked to them about anything political, but I'm sure they all busy victim blaming. Anytime I've lived here 5 or 6 years, and anytime I've ever brought it up, it's always been the victim's fault, whether it's the kids in cages or whatever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reading for May, and I'm going to do it by the week like I did. That was fun. I did one last year for April. I didn't even use the subject. It was like, what's going on in Washington, in the White House, whatever. See what comes out on these, and just do it by the week. Do it for 4 weeks. And it was really fun last time when I did it, and I was really amazed at some of the things that came out. So, for the first month in May, how about that? For the first week in May, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's on the bottom. Okay, as a clarifier, for the first week we got people plotting over dark money. So I guess that's still, even before I turn a card over, I feel like that's Trump being absolutely terrified that his taxes are coming out. He's really worried about those taxes coming out more than anything, I think. But let's see what comes up. Nine of Cups. We'll come back and answer that in a minute, but that's sometimes family money, sometimes a yes card, sometimes, nine, not cups, 9 of coins, excuse me. Sometimes it's family money, and I just mentioned the taxes because the first card up was coins, then we got another coins. Let's see, So this is the first week. I'm worried about the taxes. I don't like this card coming up, but it did. Suspension, it's like something being blocked or held up and everything, so then we got 3 of the Wands. Maybe we're going to hear some news about some more money coming in, some of the stuff from overseas. I was talking about the taxes. Something's blocked and something opens up, and I feel like sometimes the 3 of Wands, even though it's sometimes connections with people from overseas and foreign money and sometimes even kind of intrigue, but when I turned this card over, I thought of it like running a marathon, like almost being at the end of a marathon. Why, I don't know. It reminded me of an old deck of cards I had where they're running, I don't remember what the name of that card says, where they're, it's like winning a race or something, so, winning a race. I'm going to have to quit ticking my hands like that. I do that when I'm thinking. I didn't realize it till I started watching some of my videos. 3 of Wands. Looks like might be hearing more, and here is Judgment. So we got trying to hide the money, the first part of the week. Suspension, it being held up for a while. A breakthrough. And a good judgment coming down. And that's just the first week. That's just the first week. That for a clarifier. So by the beginning of the second week in May, we're going to find out about anyway, there's going to be some information coming through. It's the Page of Swords. And it's going to be very cutting information, and it's going to set up the 2 different sides arguing with each other again, but it's bringing, I think by the second week, even in May, that we're going to find there's going to be some more people turning away from Trump. Why, I don't know. I know I'm always saying this, but this is what I feel like that card is saying. And this is a Queen of Coins. This is the yes card. So yes, there will be the challenge to that. Wow, it's a Queen of Wands. Well, let's see. Let me go for the end of the week. Somebody's moving away. Somebody's wanting to get out of there. Somebody's... I think this information coming through is really huge. Really huge. This is the middle of the second week. There's so much coming through. I wonder, I'm just wondering if some of this information might have to do with what was sealed in Maria Buttina's indictment, the part that we couldn't see, what she helped with. For some reason, I think this information has to do with something opening up about her because of her being right here next to, like I said, everybody's got their mind on, is the Congress going to get this? This is also a yes card. Yes, yes. They're going to get it. Get what? Who knows? If it's the taxes or the information coming through. But I think it has something to do with Maria Butina. And I think whatever it is, it's really bad because somebody's wanting to leave Washington because of it. And then the third week, wow, some broken hearts. Now that's too personal to be the Congress. So that's got to be like in the presidential household, I think. Unless some of this stuff comes out, how some of these Republican senators would be being bribed, but they've all got that covered pretty good with their, I'll do this and I'll vote this way and you put money in my account overseas. So, but we'll see if that's what comes out. But something really heartbreaking comes out or happens on the third week. Maybe heartbreaking to the president because maybe it has something to do with Don Jr. This Knight of Cups. The guy mixed up in drugs, the guy not thinking clear, not too smart, just goes around in a daze, doesn't think before he opens his mouth. I think that's Don Jr. Really dark, dark inside. Yeah, I think that's Don Jr. What I'm going to say is I think there's some sad news coming out. And I think it's about the family. And all the ugliness going on in it. And their personal money. That's got to be the taxes. That's got to be the taxes coming out. Although I don't know why that would personally hurt Don Jr., but more than one thing can happen in a week. Something comes up that's absolutely heartbreaking. I think it has to do with Don Jr. There's still some people trying to block this information coming out, but they don't get to block it. Because here's the 10 of coins. That's like the information coming out. I think the third week in May, the taxes are going to come out. They're going to come out the third week in May. And then we've got the fourth week. We've got Mueller back in there. Is that when, are they going to get him in to testify in front of the Congress that quick? Here we have Mueller there. The fourth week. If he does show up, I think he's going to talk about, I think they're going to ask him questions why he didn't follow the money. Why that was so up in the air. That you would assume that this stuff would lead to something. And maybe he just sent them all off to New York because he was afraid he might get shut down. But they're going to ask him questions about following the money. And they also might get William Barr in there. He said he would go testify at one time. Who knows what's going on in his little fat head right now. But, is that William Barr? Is that... I don't think it's Donald Trump Jr. Anyway, I'll see if we can draw some clarifiers. Anyway, by the end of the month, there is nobody in the White House sleeping, and they know they caused this themselves. If they want to be honest, they know that they're the ones that caused this. This is kind of confusing. Let me draw some clarifiers here and see what's going on. See what's going on. Let's go back to the first. News of family money. So I thought it's probably more talk and more bickering about the taxes, about waiting for this stuff to come out in the Southern District of New York. Who knows? Okay, hidden money. That's hidden money. Talk about hidden money and stuff, and they're getting somebody in there. There's a little bit of hang up after we hear a little bit about it. There's time waiting. Then there's I can't help but feel that there's discussions going on between the Democrats, even some of the Republicans in the Senate, and some of the Democrats and stuff. They're talking among each other. Even the first of this month, because they know that they can't just go on defying the Congress all the time. They can't do that. Our government won't work, and they know it's like a constitutional crisis if they don't let these subpoenas for people to go into Congress so they can do their oversight. And the challenge to this is some people just don't want to give up the overseas information. They're still dreaming about all the money that's been put in their accounts, all the money that's been put back. They're just not sure if they want to give it up or not, even though they know it's time to give it up. It's time to come clean. And by the end of the first week, they've already sent out subpoenas for maybe, I can't think of his name, the head of the IRS, not Mnuchin, the sick one, but the guy that's actually running it. But they've already sent out subpoenas personally because these guys didn't show up. That's the first week. Second week, news comes out about some real corruption. And the Republicans are fighting to keep it out of the news because, let me move these all over just a little bit. Are fighting to keep it out of the news because they're still loyal to the party instead of to the nation. And then all of a sudden, something comes down in the House, and they know that they mean business. And the Republicans know it's going to be a disgrace. And it is so bad, it might even put the president and, I was calling this Maria Butina, it's not. This is Ivanka. This information is so bad when it comes out that it puts the president to his bed, and it's all kinds of stuff in there about the children. But this, especially Ivanka, the second week, the information that comes out. And by the end of the second week of May, we'll have to be careful, or the president will be trying to start a war to get our mind off of it. We got the military on top of this, somebody sneaking out the back door. I don't think it could possibly happen that quick if they go in and tell him he had to leave. It would really be some bad stuff that came out of it was. But government just doesn't turn that fast. But we got the military coming in, something to do with this sneaky maneuver or something that somebody's trying to pull. It's the end of the second week. Maybe Trump's laying in his sick bed trying to come up with more shit to throw out there to mess up America, probably. And then the third week, we've got the broken heart here. And it is family. Here's the 3 kids, and they're upside down. That's Don Jr. and Morphus, or what's the other one's name? I can't never think of his name, though. The one nobody ever talks about, and Ivanka. That's the 3 kids, but that card's upside down. And it's right over the heartbreak. So something's coming. We've been calling them untouchable, but it looks like something's coming through. Something's going to come through this next month. Maybe not clear to the end, but something's really coming out that's got them all really upset. Wow. That was upside down. I know I dropped all these cards and had to pick them back up because I spilled something, but I'll put it up there upside down. And so instead of saying there's a death in the family, and that's right on top of the card I said was for Don Jr., instead of saying that, because it's upside down, I feel like it's a near suicide. Like somebody's so upset about what's coming out that they're actually thinking of taking their own life, or that depressed, or a near death, maybe an attempt or something. I can't imagine anybody doing any things, whatever, violence towards them from the left. Not that there's never any violence on the left, but I don't think that's what's going on. I think that's inner family turmoil. Feel like the death, maybe it's the death of the presidency. Maybe Don Jr.'s feeling, well, it's the death of my life like it is. But anyway, this is the Trump family, like having meetings, trying to figure out just what they're going to do. Just what they're going to do. Because some big stuff's coming out about the family money. Big stuff. Probably their taxes. Probably all of their taxes. Who knows? They're probably all hooked together. This is the third week in May. Yeah, and this is a scribe. So that would be the taxes. The scribe and the law together. Sometimes that's the law. Sometimes that's the scribe. That would definitely be numbers, figures. I think it's the taxes. I think they end up getting, I think it goes to court and they get, it sounds like it would be impossible to get it back in 3 weeks, but it looks like they get back that these are definitely coming out. It makes them so sick because it's going to hurt the whole family. They're even thinking about it could be the death of the presidency. And they're together trying to figure out what they're going to say and come out and do about this. And then here they've got it. They're getting the records the end of the third week. The records on the money. And then Mueller makes a deal. This is between the men and women. This is a deal between men and women. Is this stuff so bad that the actual Republicans when Mueller comes to testify, decide that they've just got to get on board with this, that something has to be done with his presidency. What's going on here? Well, whatever's going on, the Trumps know about it. That's why they're trying to make this decision here, trying to figure out what to do, which side to stand on. Because they definitely got a spy in here, and of course we figure that's Bill Barr. And this might be Bill Barr. Whoever this is, they're really networking. They're trying to keep people out of jail. The family out of jail. So I think some really bad stuff is, and then we got the smoking gun right to the head. The guy shooting himself in the head. This is upside down, so it's like another person actually thinking of taking their own life. This is really bad stuff that they would think about. That this stuff coming out is so bad that they're thinking about. It's like their legacy, which they wouldn't have had one anyway, but it's like everything's going down, 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 down. Depression. And then we got these two cards, and I think they go together. I think that's showing the young and even the older people are very, very disappointed in what comes out. Very, very disappointed in what comes out. So I thought things were going to be stalled for a long time next month, but it looks like maybe it's just the cog getting started and then it flows fast. From these cards, it looks like it flows fast. The information coming through, and it's time for it to flow fast. So anyway, that's pretty confusing to me at this time, but most of the time it is pretty confusing to me. And then when I look back at them later from a different angle, then they're not quite as confusing. But by standing here doing it, it's like I go off in my own little world. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, and thank you for subscribing to the channel, and thank you for your notes, and thank you for your the ones that have got a hold of me with my email wanting a reading. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. And if you want to get a hold of me for a reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Thank you.